This is our third of our town halls.
Okay.
They've all been very lively, and I expect this one will be as well. I'd like to thank again everyone who's participated, all of you who've come here today, all the people who've sent in comments, and the task force members, of course. We have 3 of our task force members participating by phone, so when you come to the mic, please speak up. It's Mike Griffin. Are you on the phone? Okay. Rick Piccolo? And Nicole Washington. I'm assuming she's there. All right, I think you're up. So you're just going to sit right there and you're doing it?
I'm actually going to stand up because I want to see who all is here. So, most importantly, I really want to welcome the task force members, but I also want to welcome all of the community who is here. You have no idea how much this means to us. This is really so important that you are here because this is a very important day for us so that you can hear from our community what this university means to us and what it means to the community. I want to thank, I'm going to be very fast, I promise.
That's okay,
the
Karen.
The previous committee meeting was really very exciting, and as I was listening to the testimony, it made me think about how important this process has been. While there's a lot of anxiety that surrounds it, it has also been a very good activity for us to for all of us to get to know ourselves better. As we have been thinking about how we fit in and fit back in, because we of course were in at one time, but how we fit back in, it allows us to look at what are we doing, what are we thinking, how are we thinking about ourselves, and how do we go forward in a new way, but yet in a revitalized way within our own community. And I think we also are learning how we come together and take the talents of every one of the programs and put them together in new ways. So it's been it's been a very exciting time as well as a challenging and interesting and difficult time. So as we go forward, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the day, and thank you, Dr. Ellen, and thank you all for being here today on this community. This is so important to us, and we look forward to having you here. So let me just again say welcome to everybody. I see so many people who are from the community, who are from other universities in this town, who are from our economic development and chambers, and all of you. Let me just say thank you very, very much. We really appreciate your interest and your support. So thank you.
Thank you. We have a lot of comments, which is fantastic, which is why we're here. So because of that, I'm not going to do a long update because you don't need to hear me talk. That's not why we're here. You will, if you go to the website, you will find all the reports from the different committees. We've tried to be as transparent and public as possible. If you have any comments in response to that, there's an opportunity on the website to make your comment. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into the comments and start with Anila Jane as the first comments. Yes. And I'm just going to ask people, you're going to have 3 minutes, okay, and then I'm going to ask the next person to get ready because I have enough comments that I want to hear from everybody. So Carol Propsfeld will be next. I hope I got the name right. So always apologize for the names if they're wrong. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Anila Jane. I'm a physician and medical consultant who's resided in Manatee and Sarasota counties for over 50 years. Proud alumnus of the University of South Florida and a volunteer with different areas of the university for 30 plus years. I just want to say that the majority of our students in these counties, many of them are first generation. Many of them would not have an opportunity to have a college education if it wasn't for our regional campus. They have high GPAs. They are excellent scores. I mentor a lot of these students in the area of the sciences and all through women leadership and philanthropy. And the first thing they say is, so thankful to have the university here. They would not be able to go to Tampa or other places and live in the dorms. They like the 13 to 1 faculty to student ratio. I think that's very important. They get to know their professors. Many of them have an opportunity to do internships with our businesses in the community, but also do research in the area of sciences with our partnership with Mote Marine and other areas. There are programs that are unique to our campus. Our College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership, which is one of them. We have students, international students from all over the world. It is such an opportunity for these students to come not only from overseas, but for the students here to go out into the workforce. Our complete college is here, our staff is here from that college, and their advisory board that's made up of businesses in this area think it's just a vital need. Also, our College of Business. We offer cybersecurity, risk management areas that we try to work with the community, with our local chambers, the EDCs, which is important because our students are going to be working in the community, and we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to get jobs in our community. Many of our students are non-traditional. They have families, they're productive citizens, they work in the community. So this is an opportunity for them to better themselves, and not only for our area, but also nationally and globally. It's not an area that, many of us thought, oh, I'm going to work in the United States, but they have such great opportunities, our students, to go overseas and do study abroad due to the generosity of some individuals. I think with the consolidation, it's important that we increase our number of courses, but we do not take away what we already have in our community. Our greatest needs in our area, we have not had any kind of expansion on our campus since this college was built. Many of us were involved for all these years. We have such a need. If we're going to grow our student body, we need not only our science technology, but we need dormitories. We have our individuals from the community. We have a great partnership with State College of Florida, Ringling School of Art, New College, and others. It's important that we work together to make this a campus that is bigger and better. And we also support our workforce that's needed for our community. All these work together as an integral part of the puzzle, but we need to work together and do what's best for the consolidation, yes, but also for our regional campuses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Carol Probstfield, and the next speaker will be Richard Barnhouse.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Carol Probstfield, President of the State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota. The University of South Florida is our largest university partner, and the University of South Florida, Sarasota-Manatee is our closest university partner. And on behalf of the 11,000 students that attend our institution, having a local partner with the local control, and the authority to make decisions locally is of vital importance to us. In terms of program development, to be rapidly responsive to the needs in our community, to mutually support one another by being able to obligate our institutions in grant making and in resource development, and in other partnerships that we enjoy with one another. For the State College of Florida, that partnership is vital. For our students, the ability to have that partnership where we can obligate ourselves to one another is of the utmost importance. So I ask you please to consider the value of that local ability to make decisions and what it means not only to our institution, our students, but to our local community. Thank you.
Thank you. Richard Barnhouse, and the next speaker will be Linda DeMello.
Good afternoon. My name is Rich Barnhouse, and I'm Vice President for Student Services and Enrollment Management at State College of Florida. I just want to take a moment to articulate for us at the State College of Florida the importance of this institution and the value and the need for the upper level coursework as well as graduate level coursework for our students, for our grads. That want to stay here locally in the community and don't want to leave and really need that upper level coursework as well as the graduate programs. That's absolutely essential. In addition to grads that come right out of State College of Florida, SCF, we have a lot of alumni who choose to come back to school years after they've graduated from us and look to this campus to complete their baccalaureate degrees and move on to graduate work. And so that's critically important to us. In addition, I know that there's been conversation about the difference between schools and colleges, and that perhaps people may not notice the difference. They may not notice the difference now, but when that change occurs, I guarantee that they'll notice the difference. Because when academic decision-making leaves a campus, it has a profound impact. And it changes the way things go on into the future from an academic standpoint. And so that's really important to the region and the local community here. But that's also really important to our students who are looking to transfer on to another institution and want to be here at this institution. That local decision-making, not only is it important from a governance perspective, but it's also really important from a curricular perspective as well, to understand the needs, the curricular needs and the programming needs that are critically important to our communities right here locally. And so that keeping the curricular decision-making, academic decision-making local is really important for the region and also important for the graduates of the State College of Florida. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Linda DeMello, followed by Pat Mario.
Good afternoon. I'm the director of the Cross College Alliance. The College Alliance was established in 2016 by really visionary presidents of higher education institution in this region. It includes USF Sarasota-Manatee, State College of Florida, Ringling College of Art and Design, New College of Florida, and our partners of FSU, which offer master's degree programs at Ringling Museum. This is a consortium that comes together, and their motto is, and their objective is, to rethink education together for this community, to innovate, to respond, and to anticipate. Just this morning we meet monthly with the presidents, and we have 7 functional teams throughout the 5 universities. The presidents met at 7:30 this morning to consider their moving forward in the design of a center for creativity, collaboration, and competitiveness in this community. To Dr. Probstfeld's point, it is imperative that we have local-based, founded, informed ability and resources to move forward quickly and responsively to these kinds of opportunities. The motto of this, I think, reunification is better than before. That's the outcome that we want to achieve. And I believe that USF Sarasota-Manatee will be better than before, given the resources, the reintegrated resources that this process will deliver. However, it would be extraordinarily unfortunate at this moment of time, with the momentum that this institution has, to strip it from some of the most important resources it has academically in terms of its programs and its credibility in this region, and also its responsiveness. So I ask you to be very careful as you consider the reorganization to ensure that this campus, as you will hear all afternoon, can continue and enhance its engagement and significance to this community. We need your judgment and support to make that happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pat Morio and Keith Barron, you are next after that.
Hi, my name is Pat Morio, and I'm the Dean of the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership. Got 3 minutes to explain to you why we think that we're an important part of this campus, an important part of the University of South Florida, and that we're very proud to be with the other 3 colleges on this campus and hope that much of that will continue. We're only one of 7 we're the only hospitality management program in the USF system. We are 17 years old, we're SACS accredited, and we're a candidate now for ACFA professional accreditation. The legislation that was passed stipulates that colleges remain on their current campus, and we hope that that will be the case with us. We are one of 8 autonomous programs in the United States, including 3 others here in Florida. By autonomous, I mean that the head of the program, in this case a dean, reports to the provost and the chancellor of the university. We believe that that means, as you heard from the previous speakers, that we have control over what we're doing, the curriculum that we offer, the faculty that we engage, the students that we serve, and the industry that we're very, very closely entwined with here in the region, but also in Florida and the nation. We propose to expand our program to both to USF Tampa and to USF St. Petersburg. This legislation, in fact, is good for us in that way. The consolidation will enable us to do that. The barriers will be removed. We believe that we can increase that enrollment a threefold at least. And in fact, we've presented a proposal to Representative Sprowls to help us with some funding for that, and that's available for any of you who would like to see it. So in a nutshell, consolidation will enable us to operate this college as one college geographically dispersed among the 3 campuses here, with the headquarters remaining here at Sarasota-Manatee. And finally, we hope that there would be some consideration given to helping us to build the residence hall that we so badly need here. It's particularly important for our college because we, while serving the regional needs of our students and our industry, is vital. But it's also important for us to attract transfer students. This is how the great programs grew. And those transfer students, and I tell this to my advisory board all the time, are important because they do 2 things. They leaven the loaf of the sorts of students that we have, but they also stay when they finish and then add to the workforce. So I think it's a win-win, and I thank you for letting me share this with you today.
Thank you very much. I neglected to tell anyone that Savannah, where's her?
She's actually
outside. Oh, okay, if you want to make a comment and you haven't filled out a form, there's someone, Savannah, outside who you can give it to. It must be Keith.
Thank you very much. My name is Keith Barron. I am instructor 2 at the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership. I am a member in good standing of the New York State Bar. I'm a former prosecutor from New York City. My primary area is law. We are fortunate to have such a well-rounded task force in front of us: medicine, accounting, aviation, energy, even, yeah, I said aviation. But where's hospitality? Where is it? I don't see it. You know, some years ago, a company called Quaker Oats had a lot of success with Gatorade. And they did very well with Gatorade. And then one day, along came Snapple. And Quaker Oats said, you know, you look a lot like Gatorade to me. And even though Wall Street said, don't do it, Quaker Oats said, we're going to bring you on into the family. And it was a blunder of monumental proportion. The hospitality industry is a unique creature. It's inseparable. We produce and consume simultaneously. It's perishable. A hotel room empty today can't be sold tomorrow. And it's intangible. Try taking the ribeye for a test drive. Okay? Look, whether delivery of the product is through industry means or through pedagogy, it's got to be done by people who know the difference between Snapple and Gatorade. So I ask you, we implore you, please don't be Quaker Oats.
Right. Scott Hopes, followed by Lee Williams.
Did I miss something?
No, but
Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Hopes. I'm the chairman of the Manatee County School Board. I'm a former USF trustee. Probably have a 35-year history with USF. Like many of our students in the system, I'm the first in my family in both sides to get a 4-year degree, and I have 4. I have degrees from across USF, natural sciences, public health, and most recently business. And what I want to talk with you today about is the unique opportunity for the regional campuses to better align themselves with the workforce needs of the region. Historically, higher education has had a disconnect in connecting with practitioners. The school district of Manatee County, we currently have about 60 vacancies for teachers. That is a long-standing issue. We have vacancies in finance. We have vacancies in IT. In the building industry, we do not have enough construction managers. The closest program for producing construction managers is the University of Florida. When I look at the report, the preliminary report, understanding it's early from Huron, what I don't see is I don't see the connection with our own data that came out of the 2018 Regional Competitiveness Report, comparing the Tampa Bay region to regions across the country. I encourage you to focus on the talent section. The talent section places the Tampa Bay MSA at the lowest 10% in the country. It's not because we don't have the infrastructure. It's not because we do not have the education partners. They looked at 3 to 4-year-old pre-K all the way through doctorate degrees. It's because we are not interconnected and we don't have a common focus on producing first the workforce needs that we have in the region and the anticipated workforce that we need into the future. Manatee County has over 35,000 homes that have been approved for construction over the next 5 to 10 years. We are the fastest growing county in the state and possibly one of the fastest growing in the country. I will tell you, while this is at the early stage, the school district and the school board hasn't been contacted by the consultants. The Greater Bradenton Regional EDC has not been contacted by the consultants. I believe the director of the Chamber of Commerce will speak to you. They have not been consulted. The further away a campus is from Tampa, the greater the disparity of the investment. I served on the Board of Trustees for over 4 years. We continuously fought to make that investment. I encourage this committee to use this as an opportunity to refocus USF to ensure that first and foremost, it is producing the workforce that we need in this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lee Williams, followed by Greg Smogard.
Hi, thank you. My name is Lee Williams. I'm the Vice Chancellor of Advancement and Alumni Relations here at USF Sarasota-Manatee. And since the topic of consolidation has been at the forefront and the buzz, I wanted everyone to know that I've been fielding questions. The questions that the community really has reached out to ask have been, gee, Lee, if I give money to USF Sarasota-Manatee, will it be gobbled up by Tampa? If I give money to Sarasota-Manatee, will it be used in Tampa? And I'm here to publicly state and put any donor fears to rest. No, unless someone wants their money used in Tampa, it will remain here in Sarasota-Manatee. The IRS has designated one nonprofit philanthropic entity within the USF system, and that entity is the Advancement Office at USF Tampa. So when a donor gives to support scholarships or programs or students or faculty or academic curriculum or extracurricular curriculum here at Sarasota-Manatee, that's where the money stays. The donor will receive a tax receipt from USF Tampa because Tampa is the philanthropic arm of the USF system. It's basically like that TV commercial. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What is given to USF Sarasota-Manatee remains at USF Sarasota-Manatee. Thank you.
Thank you. Greg Smogard, followed by Brett Kemker.
Good afternoon. My name is Greg Smogard. I am the Innovation and Business Development Officer at the Sarasota-Manatee campus. One of my responsibilities is to do work with and interface with our local business partners, and so therefore I want to make 2 points. Both are regarding the workforce development. Number one, based on the feedback that I get and my colleagues get on the current workforce, our business partners are telling us, number one, they love working with our interns, they love our graduates, they love our customized programs, And basically, the question is, how do we do that? We do that because we have a lot of local decision-making, which allows us to be extremely agile and very responsive. The only challenge we have is that because, given our limited size, it's very difficult many times for us to supply the interns and supply the number of graduates that are growing our demand from our business partners. So that's the current workforce. The second thing I want to talk about just briefly is on the future workforce. And the challenges and opportunities that the future workforce is representing to us are those that are more complex. They're actually happening more quickly. And the idea is they're much more interdisciplinary. They're much more involved in looking at critical thinking skills. So a lot of our business partners are looking to universities to help us figure that out and work together to move forward. And what I want to do is I want to conclude, because I would encourage you all to take a look at the Florida Chamber Foundation. They've just come out with their 2030 blueprint. And the first of their 6 pillars results in a recommendation on the talent, supply, and education. And I just want to highlight 3 bullet points briefly, and then I'll finish. They are recommending that post-secondary institutions look at a very, very much of a market-relevant positioning to create an integrated talent system. And the 3 bullet points are this. Number 1, deepen and expand cross-sector collaboration to align higher education programs with targeted industry needs. Number 2, shift education programs to more digital learning and simulation combined with hands-on and real-world experience. And number 3, cultivate essential 21st century skills, and this is important, such as creativity, communication, cultural literacy, and critical thinking. This is already what we do here, and we think we do it very well. So what we're asking for is just the ability to grow and scale this wonderful opportunity. So with that, I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Brett Kemker, followed by Ernag Agarwal.
Thank you. My name is Brett Kemker. I'm the Regional Vice Chancellor for Academic and Student Affairs, and I think this consolidation was my startup package. As we begin consolidation to establish a more relevant footprint, a more unified force to be reckoned with, it is important that we make a solid statement to the world, our competing institutions, and our invaluable community partners about our intentions moving forward with the Sarasota-Manatee campus. It is for this reason that we must establish a strong sense of investment, permanence, and value. This is accomplished with the fortification and the creation of current and future colleges, respectively, based on the Sarasota-Manatee campus proper, that can serve all 3 campuses. We support the Muma College of Business at Sarasota-Manatee and hosting those programs thereinto. We support the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership at Sarasota-Manatee, the only college of its kind in the USF system, SACS accredited and established over 17 years ago. And we support creating other colleges at USF Sarasota-Manatee. Our curriculum has been developed deliberately with these unique overarching themes. Incredible critical thinking. This is one of the most successful, most completely embraced quality enhancement plans that I, in my 20-plus years in higher ed, have ever seen. Also, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary, integrated learning is integrated across our curriculum and is truly a part of our identity. Continuing to develop students with creativity and critical thinking skills is vital to our student success and to become future contributors to our community. These initiatives amplify and expand learning opportunities to prepare our students for work and life. The preparation includes classroom, service, and work experiences. We are connecting our students with employers through internships and employment. In recent meetings with community leaders, as a new administrator here, they are adamant about having a university in their community that will serve their employment needs through the provision of a customized curriculum developed and controlled on this campus that is specific to their industry. Given the examples I have provided, we are excited and committed to expand our scope of opportunity for our faculty and staff to develop the next generation of community leaders by maintaining the integrity of our unique identity and contributions to USF at large. Thank you.
Thank you. Anurag Agarwal, followed by John E. Jorgensen.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Anurag Agarwal, and I'm a faculty member at the Sarasota-Manatee campus, the College of Business. So the way I look at this, at a university, there's four main groups of people: the students, without which we don't have a university; the faculty, without which we don't get any students; then we have support staff who make the lives of students and faculty easier, and thank you, support staff, for that. And then we have the administration that tries to facilitate these other three constituencies. Now, we have a university with the prime goal of producing students. So student success is the most important job, and student success depends directly on faculty success. So poor faculty cannot deliver successful students, whereas great faculty can easily create an environment for student success. So really, faculty success can drive all the performance metrics, preeminence metrics, and all other good metrics. So faculty interests have to be kept in mind through this consolidation process. So in terms of consolidation, the faculty at regional campuses are impacted far more than the faculty at the main campus for obvious reasons. We at the regional campus have a very different work environment and different contracts. So while we welcome the opportunity for growth and synergies as a result of consolidation, there are also some concerns. One of the main concerns is tenure and promotion guidelines and criteria post-consolidation. We are hearing that as a result of consolidation, that all faculty in the system will be held to the same standards and criteria commensurate with R1 university, and that this criteria will be applied to regional campus faculty as well. Now, in theory, I'm not against that goal. What bothers me and my colleagues at my campus is that these R1 criteria will be applied right after consolidation. We feel that would be completely unfair and unreasonable. Think about it like this. What if a memo came out of the provost office tomorrow morning that all Tampa faculty in 2020 will be subject to MIT promotion and tenure criteria? How will they feel? There will be resistance, there will be revolt, protests, and whatnot, and they will start thinking of the unintended consequences of such a memo. Faculty will start finding other jobs. It'll be hard to hire new faculty, telling them that you'll be held to MIT criteria, but you'll have the current work environment to work with. That's how faculty at regional campuses are feeling. So, and it'll be like changing the rules of the game halfway in the game, and depending on when the faculty started working, maybe in the 11th hour. So that's how we are feeling, and I hope this is kept into account, because tenure and promotion criteria and guidelines are at the heart of faculty success, which is at the heart of student success, which is what this university is about. Now, since there's no faculty on this task force, I fear that this critical element might go through the cracks. And I just want to bring that to their attention, that this should be kept in mind, because it's very, very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much. John Jorgensen, followed by Joe Askren.
Good afternoon. My name is John Jorgensen, and I'm the CEO and president of the Silent Group, a cybersecurity and digital forensics firm in Sarasota, Florida. We have been in business for 20 years and serve Fortune 100 companies and American law firm 100 companies, locally, nationally, and internationally, as well as the FBI, IRS, Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security, and other government agencies. We have 32 computer, forensic, and cybersecurity engineers and staff, and serviced over 3,750 cases. We are one of 17 companies in the U.S. accredited by NSA to perform incident response, and one of 10 companies in the United States that are certified by the payment card industry, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, to conduct payment card industry forensic investigations. Silent is ranked by insurance companies, law firms, and our clients as number 1 and number 2 nationally. Today, Silent is looking for 5 more employees immediately. Our clients, to include Nucor Steel International, Nissan USA, think tanks in Washington, city and government and county government in Florida, are looking for 30 to 50 immediately. And Silent scours the university graduates nationwide for potential employees for themselves and for their clients. Silent is currently working with Dr. Karen Holbrook in strengthening the USF Manatee Sarasota cybersecurity program to create graduates that can immediately fill the cybersecurity positions at major companies locally and nationwide. Excuse me. A major challenge in the technical world of cybersecurity is staying tuned to the weekly changing cybersecurity environment. From Silent's daily experience in solving our clients' cybersecurity problems, we have recognized the need for not only technically competent, but also intellectually astute problem solvers with both business and law understanding. The cybersecurity programs being developed under Dr. Holbrook will provide unique visibility and recognition for USF Manatee Sarasota on a national and international stage. Silent has been charged with organizing and developing an international cybersecurity counterterrorism not-for-profit organization in the United States that will be the sister organization to the World Summit on Counterterrorism, excuse me, associated with the International Institute of Counterterrorism in Tel Aviv, Israel. Silent has provided presenters at this prestigious conference in Israel for over the last 3 years and is considered a unique contributor to cybersecurity terrorism at the International Summit. We currently intend to involve USF Manatee Sarasota with this prestigious program. Silent is in a unique position with USF Manatee Sarasota and being able to provide a real-life environment within our company for both professors and students to immerse in the daily evolving cybersecurity problems. We see a fantastic opportunity for USF to gain national recognition for a unique and industry-needed cybersecurity program, bringing together the multiple disciplines of cybersecurity technical skills, comprehensive business requirements, and legal ramifications of current cybersecurity problems. This unique solution will be impossible to effectively create and build on without Dr. Holbrook's enthusiasm, foresight, and skills in the effective proximity of Silent. I believe that separating this effort from USF Manatee Sarasota and attempting to replicate it remotely would be a disservice to the university, the professors, the students, and the potential recipients of the fruits of the effort, the business community locally and nationally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Joe Askren, followed by, the handwriting, I'm going to have a problem, Ekaterina.
Bernzina.
Thank you. The Ekaterina part I got.
Mr. Chair, task force members, thank you. Joe Askren, member of the faculty of the College of Hospitality. I echo the passionate opinions that our College of Hospitality here on campus must remain an autonomous unit within the USF system. This is imperative not only for USF's mission of student success, but also for the success of our industry partners, which stretches from our own backyard here in Sarasota-Manatee to around the globe internationally. I don't have time to elaborate, but there's a vast amount of literature on HR needs for future hospitality leaders. Leaders in one of the fastest growing industries. Recent labor statistics show how the field of hospitality currently employs 7.9% of the labor force and outpaces all other industry job creation in the U.S. economy by 42%. One of our major industry partners here locally is the Ritz-Carlton. Over the past 4 years, they have become a part of the powerful hands-on curriculum we offer in our college, more than just a quick tour visit for our students. Students get the chance to learn from and critically think with experts during experiential learning projects. I bring this up today because this well-known company, the Ritz-Carlton, not only specializes in hotels and resorts, but also consults other businesses on transforming their organizational structure. This service launched out of the Ritz-Carlton Leadership Center. It's launched out of the Ritz-Carlton Leadership Center. They consult with businesses and other industries on how to become more successful in driving both employee and customer engagement. The Ritz-Carlton calls it the art and science of the customer experience. The importance of engagement is connected to the inseparability challenge Keith Barron mentioned earlier, which is a major topic taught in other hospitality schools and colleges around the country. Who better to teach best practices in employee customer engagement than hospitality experts themselves, a hospitality leadership center run by hospitality professionals. Our college's origins are rooted in the hospitality needs of our community. Let us not forget the genesis of this program back in 2001. Many local hospitality leaders saw tremendous value in having a hospitality and tourism degree program connected to industry. Local hospitality leaders at that time, Michael Klauber, Katie Moulton, Ed Childs, for a few examples, who later became and still are our valued advisory board members, voiced their demand for well-trained, confident individuals who were properly prepared to take on the challenges of a competitive industry. General managers, restaurant owners, club owners, and hoteliers knew firsthand then the difference between a hospitality degree and a traditional business degree. Our industry partners understood then and still understand now the difference between those graduates. These industry partners desired ladies and gentlemen who were trained, educated, and exposed to relevant activities in this industry. Interestingly, our College of Hospitality was created all while the business college existed in Tampa. I believe our community knew back then the power of a specialized degree. I too know the difference, having 2 business degrees and a culinary degree. My colleagues joining me up here today understand the difference and need for autonomy. We sincerely hope you do as well. Who better to create, operate, and direct a hospitality program than hospitality experts themselves? A hospitality college run by hospitality professionals. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Katerina? There you go. And followed by, I'm sorry, and then Sihan. Boy, another, well, when people scribble their names.
We compete for the most difficult name.
Yes. Well, do you know Sihan?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's his last name?
Çobanoglu.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You'll call him up next. Okay?
And we will work on the handwriting.
Okay, it's fine.
So hello everyone, my name is Katerina Berezina and I'm an assistant professor in the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership, and I very much appreciate the opportunity to be here today and to share our opinions about the future of University of South Florida, Sarasota-Manatee, and our college as well. On one hand, we are very excited about consolidation and becoming a larger united USF. At the same time, we also have seen plans for making our college a part of another college. And I just wanted to share with you that I have had great 4 years as an assistant professor in the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership. And the main factors for our success were, first of all, the outstanding faculty who were educated, trained, and highly skilled in hospitality and tourism management, highly motivated students who are finding jobs in the area right after graduation, and also outstanding industry partners. So you may think that nothing will change and all of that will stay with us in this area, even if we become a part of another college. However, my perspective and my concern is that what may change is the image of the college and also our autonomy to make the decisions. One of the concerns that I have is that the message that it will give to the community outside of the university, to prospective faculty members, to students who will come, and also to the industry members who were supporting us so much. And especially this is concerning for a state of Florida where hospitality and tourism industry is #1 industry for employment and for bringing tourists and also funds in our state. So we do hope that we will have an opportunity to design hospitality curriculum by hospitality professionals and hospitality faculty, and that we will have a chance to market ourselves as an independent college and bring students and faculty members who will be also excited to have an opportunity to build the future by ourselves and move the programs for hospitality and tourism forward. Thank you so much for this chance.
Call Sihana, please.
My name is Adam Carmer. I also represent the College of Hospitality Leadership Tourism. Gian, Faizan Ali, and Dawn Wood are valued members of our faculty. We actually had they themselves put together videos to be heard today, but we were not aware they weren't going to be able to do that, so we will submit those for the record. So those three individuals will not be able to speak in person today, but it just shows you the depth and breadth of the commitment of the faculty to what we represent.
Perfect, thank you. All right, so that took care. Dean Wood. That was one. Yeah. Yep. Sorry. Rove Avila. Rob, I'm sorry. It's Rob. All right. Moving on, Robert Samuel Kaplan, followed by, just so we know the next person to be ready, will be Kathy Black.
Good afternoon, panel. Really appreciate you having me here today. My name is Robert Samuel Kaplan, and I'm a graduate of the University of South Florida, class of 2011. I graduated at the age of 55, by the way. I just turned 63 yesterday. But then I went to the College of Public Health, and the reason why I'm worried about, I'm a candidate for Florida State Representative District 74. And when the young people come up to me, so what their main concerns, number one, is their grade point average. It says, how can we have a 4.0 grade point average to get accepted at USF? And I said, I don't know how to answer that question. So that's one of my problems as representing the millennials who are ready to graduate and come to your university. Now, fortunately for me, I have an Associate of Arts degree from the State College of Florida. I graduated in 1976 when it was Manatee Junior College. Okay, and that degree took me all over the United States. I had a chance to go to all these universities, and I finally went back to school at age 50 to complete my BA degree. So I want all my students I say my students because I feel like I'm their great-grandpa, but I want them to understand one thing only. I want them to succeed, and I want them to finish school. That's my main concern. And they can't do it with the cost of tuition, and they're worried about going to Tampa and driving back and forth, you know. And they're worried. I want to go back and finish public health. I want to take World Health Organization after I finish my campaign. So I'm speaking on behalf of the students that I have met. I'm worried about their education. And my plan, and people like it so far, so I'm presenting my plan to USF. Since we're consolidating, why not cut graduate level courses back to undergrad so everybody can finish? The more students you have, you could do it. The more students you have will cover the cost. By preventing them from having a 4.0 grade point average, I graduated my undergrad degree, I graduated at 3.0, okay? So I say, well now, when I heard about the consolidation and the way it was presented at Sarasota Herald Tribune, all these 4 majors, including hospitality, we're just gonna move to Tampa and call it a day. I don't know what to think about that. So the reason why I'm here because I'm a former USF graduate. A USF graduate has given me the critical thinking skills to run for office. Okay? And I want to give back to USF what USF has given to me, an education. And I want everybody to succeed. Thank you.
Very much. Kathy Black, followed by Bill Hampton.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here to listen to us today. I'd like to talk about a potential increased visibility for USF Sarasota-Manatee with a focal niche on the area of aging research and education. Aging is causing profound, permanent, and pervasive changes and impacts to every sector, every industry, and every person in society. We live in Florida. Florida has the largest proportion of older adults. This region has one of the highest proportions of older adults. The average age in Sarasota County is 56. At an organizational level, looking at the university, our students are multi-generational, and I think that our programming should serve the needs, including lifelong learning. Learning is throughout the life course, as you just heard, and I think our programming needs to be more responsive to learners of every age. But I would also like to speak to the research, not just across the colleges at USF Sarasota, but also across the system and the various centers that it impacts. And some of the programming, Pat Morio spoke. We intend to do some unique programming with hospitality and aging. And there are other opportunities, for example, with our senior residences. There are over 400 in the region. I also, at our Sarasota faculty, 1 out of 5 is doing research on aging in a variety of areas: criminology, history, psychology. I could go on, including very unique interdisciplinary things. We need support to do more of that. We need to better serve this community. I see Ernie here from Mercedes. There isn't a student in this school or in any school today that will not be working with an older person. And we will be benefiting people by training people for the competencies to work with people at all ages. And lastly, just the other day, I heard from someone from Harvard who contacted me because a development in Lakewood Ranch that is coming in wants to study cognitive health in their development, and they went to Harvard. They need to be coming to USF Sarasota. They will be working with us, and we need to promote the visibility of the caliber that we have throughout the system and on this campus. We're Florida's first age-friendly community, and we have led the state and the nation so far in our work, and we need support to do more of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bill Hampton, followed by Marie Devine.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Bill Hampton. I've spent more than 20 years in higher education in the areas of marketing, communications, enrollment, fundraising, basically in every non-academic capacity you can imagine. I've been a part of institutions large and small, startups around the world, and most recently I've had the opportunity to act as a consultant here with Dr. Holbrook and the leadership at USF-SM. It's been an incredible journey, and one of the big projects that we accomplished was community focus groups. And through those focus groups, there were a lot of themes that emerged. And what was interesting, that final report, is that I was happy to say and emphatically say to the board, the campus board here, and to leadership that there is a universal and enthusiastic desire in this community to stand behind a bold vision for this campus. I think you're feeling that in what's being said today, and I felt that from the students, from the faculty, and from the staff. And having spent time at institutions, as I said, large and small, there is something very unique happening here. Something that needs to continue to be incubated, that continues to need to be invested in, and I think paid very close attention to during this consolidation exercise. The consolidation exercise provides an excellent opportunity to step back and to think about how this campus plays an important role in the ecosystem of a new USF. And the competitive advantage that a campus of this type, of this size, can bring to the table in terms of recruiting a new type of student, a new type of faculty. And in the world that I've spent in marketing, enrollment, admissions, and the higher ed world, the concept of fit is always at play. And what I've found through students and faculty administrators here is that USF SM has the opportunity to become one of those unique pieces of the new USF. So now's the time, I think, to really get to know and respect what this campus is all about, how to invest in this campus in order to evolve it to something that's going to be incredibly important to the new type of students and the community that's evolving here before your eyes. It's been an incredible opportunity seeing that evolve, and I wish you the best in the consolidation.
Thank you. Mary Devine, I think the first name I'm having problems with. D-E-V-I-N-E, I'm sorry. Followed by Roger Frazee.
Thank you, Dr. Ellen and the task force. My name is Murray Devine, and I have the best job in the world at the Community Foundation of Sarasota County. I've been there 4.5 years, and I get to help create community impact powered by philanthropy. We are the second largest community foundation in Florida with just over $400 million in assets. And I say that I have the best job in the world because it truly is, and I owe it all to this campus. I see some familiar faces and professors and friends here. Not many people know this about me, but I was actually a Knoll at heart. I went to Florida State for 3 years, and life threw a curveball, and I had to move back to Sarasota to be closer to my family. And thank God this campus was here, because that transition, although it was a big culture change to go from Florida State to a smaller campus here, I just have to say the opportunities that I was afforded here directly led me to what I'm doing with my life right now. The smaller class sizes helped my academics improved. I joined clubs, I volunteered, served on student government, and the university actually gave me a chance to work for the Student Services Department and the Communications Department. So I'm very grateful for those opportunities. On behalf of the Community Foundation, I just wanted to say this organization has partnered with us on many initiatives. Too many, we'd be here all day if we had to get into that. But we are a huge supporter of education. We've awarded over $500,000 in grants to this campus and to its programs. And we also award about $2 million in scholarships each year to local students, many of which who end up here. I think it's been said already, but the importance of retaining our students in Sarasota and our region is just incredibly important. And this institution is one that's directly helping us keep our young and adult learners here. So we maintain an updated, not just an educated workforce, but an educated and relevant workforce to what this community really needs. So I just wanted to say that. And I know I'm repeating a lot of what people have said, but I haven't heard anything about veterans. So this campus by far has shown some of the greatest support that I've seen firsthand to local veterans than any other campus I've ever visited. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Roger Frazee, followed by Jackie Dzelski.
Good afternoon. My name is Roger Frazee. I graduated from USF in Tampa with degrees in finance and accounting, and I hold 4 professional certifications. I became, and many others became involved in USF Sarasota-Manatee in May of 1989, including Dr. Jane, who was first. And during that time period, we've been involved with the campus for almost 30 years, and we're still around. The 3 remaining from our original group, as I mentioned, Dr. Neela Jane, Diana Michael, and myself. We also all 3 served on a National Alumni Board. Dr. Jane was a president of the alumni. Diana Michael, I believe, was secretary, and I was national president also in 2009 and 10. And it was a great experience. Our campus here was dedicated for activation in September 2006. Many of our group that I just mentioned was involved in getting the campus here. This campus has strived to meet the needs of families in Manatee and Sarasota County region. It has structured itself to meet workforce needs along with the region's social and cultural life. Our USF Sarasota-Manatee campus must remain as a regional campus within the USF system. Our specialties are, as you may know, hospitality and tourism, business needs, educations, the paint, engineering, and health sciences contribute to the community needs. Our higher education results satisfy student needs and their future successes. The USF Sarasota-Manatee campus values critical thinking. The campus is known for producing graduates who are strong critical thinkers, valued by local employers. The Sarasota-Manatee County region is one of the high-growth areas in the country with great future potential from cross-pollination of entities within the Sarasota region. While system consolidation allows USF to leverage assets of the entire system to add programs of value to the region, USF Sarasota-Manatee also adds value to the entire system in terms of the students and in the community served. USF Sarasota-Manatee needs additional resources to expand. That would be student housing and an academic and technology building for teaching research purposes. And also, I was a veteran. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to beg your indulgences and try to have you speed up because I have more comments to be made than I have time to hear them. So if you could speed up, I want to hear everything you have to say, but to the extent that you can keep it moving, it'd be great. We can get more people on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, and thank you to the task force for your leadership and the time that you're committing to this process. I am Jackie Dzelski, the President and CEO of the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. Our membership numbers approximately 2,000 businesses and organizations in our region, which makes us the largest chamber in the Tampa Bay area, and our members employ a workforce of almost 70,000. USF Sarasota-Manatee is a critical partner in the success of our area and supports both major components of the Chamber's mission, which is to build a positive business environment while enhancing our community's quality of life. As you consider the recommendations that you will forward on consolidation, I urge you to safeguard the profile and resources of the Sarasota-Manatee campus. This includes the important status and access associated with having colleges within the university housed on local campuses. A model example that many have touched on is the College of Hospitality and Tourism Leadership. It's a prime example of the commitment that our two-county area has to the USF Sarasota-Manatee campus and of the responsibility and philanthropic involvement that business and community leaders here offer to our local campus. You'll find the college's advisory board filled with the top leaders in both hospitality and tourism industries, and those leaders are from Manatee and Sarasota counties. Our campus's focus on business, education, the paint program, emerging programs like engineering and the health sciences are in direct response to the business community's needs. USF Sarasota-Manatee needs the ability to garner additional resources and to evolve as our community evolves. As has been mentioned, the Bradenton-Sarasota MSA is one of the fastest growing areas in not just Florida, but in the country. And our community needs USF Sarasota-Manatee to grow as an asset to business growth and economic development. You've heard two additional priorities mentioned, which is on-campus housing, student housing, as well as the science and technology building. USF Sarasota-Manatee needs those resources to thrive while serving a growing region, a diverse student population, and the changing workforce needs. Staff and faculty leaders, as well as students, are engaged here locally with employers, with business organizations like the Manatee Chamber, and with many community initiatives, taking the strength and reputation of the USF Sarasota-Manatee campus off campus and out into the community. Dr. Holbrook and her entire team have been adamant that these relationships are critical and will continue to expand. We know that the goal of consolidation is that all three USF campuses leverage the collective assets of the entire system, and there is so much to be gained by all. And USF Sarasota-Manatee adds significant value to the system with our community reach, and we serve a student population of diverse profiles with tailored curriculum. Our community is particularly proud of the Cross College Alliance, with USF Sarasota-Manatee as a founding institution and its shared mission across many local campuses here of higher ed, of elevating learning opportunities for local students. The business community stands ready to help USF Sarasota-Manatee and the entire system in its next leap forward in preparing students to be successful leaders and responsible citizens. That leap needs to be an environment where our local campus's status, responsiveness, and resources are enhanced. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Michael Espy, followed by Sandra Stone. Sandra Stone, you'll be next. So.
All right, thank you. I'm Mike Gillespie. I'm a psychology faculty. I'm also president of our faculty senate. I'm going to touch base on a few things. I've been excited about the consolidation. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. There's also some concerns, of course, and so I'm going to address some of these things a little bit. I'm looking at the legislative, basically the law here. We have 4A as developing the research capacity at each campus. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And then number 5, the Board of Trustees is to detail the specific increased investments in university programs in Pinellas, Manatee, and Sarasota counties. And so I'm excited about these aims of the legislation. So my background is organizational psychology. There's a theory, and there's some good data to go with it. It's this demand control model of job stress. And when the idea is you can place more demands on people, that's fine. You just got to give them more control along with it. When the demands exceed the control, there's an interesting study in Personnel Psychology 2017 by Eric Gonzalez-Muley, shows that the probability of death increases when your demands exceed your control. So let me share with you what I'm hearing in my role as faculty senate. I'm hearing that we're to step up to the performance levels of the Tampa faculty, and I'm hearing that we're going to have no colleges. There's a proposal on the table for that. So I'm hearing increased demands and reduced control. And I'll be frank, this is a critical issue for our faculty. Morale is tough. Sometimes it's great, but we're at a tipping point. So we've got to figure out how to right the ship. I want to talk more about resources. We've got to get that on the table. And that's pretty much just it. I'll just stop there. We need to focus on what we're going to do to add that control and resources so we can meet the demands we need.
Thank you very much. Sandra Stone, followed by Giovanna Hatti.
Thank you. My name is Sandra Stone. I'm a criminology professor. I'm also chair of the Department of Social Sciences and vice president of the Faculty Senate. I appreciate that one of the guiding principles of consolidation is to serve students. And given that, I just want to reiterate that our student population is not traditional. I understand the new term is post-traditional, but whatever the correct terminology is, our student population generally is older. I think our average age is running around 26 to 27 right now. The vast majority of our students are working, many of them full-time, and most of our students are place-bound for personal or professional reasons. So they're not able to travel easily from one campus to another to take advantage of classes and other events that the system has to offer. For many of the students, as you've heard already, we are the only viable option for them to seek a 4-year degree because they can't go elsewhere. As our campus has evolved, we have intentionally made programming decisions to meet both student interest and workforce demands. This area is supported by a heavy service economy, extending beyond hospitality, which you've heard a lot about. But for example, there's a lot of public safety agencies and opportunities here. There are many, many social service agencies and opportunities here. And there is a tremendous number and variety of nonprofit organizations that hire our students. Consequently, we have developed social science programs that prepare students to fill jobs in this sector. They're getting hired, they're doing well, we're getting exceptionally positive feedback from the people who employ our students. Also, social science programs prepare students with the soft skills that many employers say that they want and need and that are lacking in the workforce. So while we understand the need to focus on other critical areas like STEM, I would just like to ask that you strongly consider the importance of social sciences programs here on our campus as well, because being able to get a complete degree program here on this campus is the only option that many of our students have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Giovanna Hutty, followed by Bob Turner.
Hello, my name is Giovanna Hody. I'm an undergraduate student studying biology at this university, as well as an ambassador for the university. As a first-generation student, I value that I can still be close to home with my family and receive an incredible education here. I'm going to allude to Dr. Jane, my mentor's comment with the 13-to-1 student-faculty ratio. I really think she actually hit the nail right on the head when she mentioned that, because as a student, I find that I can actively participate and engage in my classrooms, and by this I have more opportunities to develop professional relationships with my professors, administrators, gain research experience here at this university to become a successful graduate student after I graduate. And I'm very grateful for the education I can receive here. Thank you.
Thank you. Bob Turner, followed by Sammy Arabuji. I'll fix that.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Bob Turner. I've lived and worked in Manatee County for 39 years, and I've seen a lot of things happen at USF. I'm a graduate. I'm a former board member of the local campus, and I'm here to tell you that this campus is a gem in this community. It is well regarded, it is valued, and the partnerships that they've developed with local businesses are just invaluable. And with all of the very positive things that reunification will bring, they've got to be able to have local autonomy to be able to react to the needs locally. They need additional resources, and I think that this consolidation can do that. They need also, I would suggest, more representation from the local campuses. I think the board in Tampa needs to have more people from the regional campuses involved. And I hope it's a very positive thing, and I hope that this campus can be independent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sammy Araboli, you're going to correct me, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Hello, and thank you all for your commitment to the University of South Florida and your work in making this consolidation a smooth transition for all. My name is Sammy Arabogli, and I am a junior studying interdisciplinary social sciences here at USFSM. I'm a student veteran, president of the Ambassadors, and a participant in the Cross College Alliance. I've been an active participant in campus life for my entire time here so far. And I will be glad to share some of my thoughts and considerations that the Consolidation Task Force should recommend to the Board of Trustees. First and foremost, USFSM holds an incredible amount of value and importance to our local community, and the consolidation should take advantage of that. Sarasota is a unique community, a top destination for visitors from around the world who come to our town for its renowned hospitality and warm and welcoming appeal. Not only are our people visiting us for our beaches, but for our arts. Being a stone's throw away from perhaps one of the top art museums in the state, which is the Ringling Museum, the consolidation should implement more academic and extracurricular programs that allow for our campus to contribute more to our community in the arts. Another characteristic of our community, or more so responsibility that we have, is to take care of our residents. USFSM is strategically located within a 20-minute drive of 5 top-class hospitals, as well as a countless amount of outpatient and specialty care facilities. Many of our biology students intend to attend medical school upon graduation, but their time with USF ends when they receive their undergraduate degree. The consolidation should provide students of USFSM more undergraduate and especially graduate programs that will allow for our students to contribute more to our community in the medical fields, among many more. However, the consolidation must allow for a more streamlined approach for our campus to receive the support that we desperately need. With the consolidation, we need the resources that will allow us to be a full-fledged contributor to the metrics that earned our university its coveted status as a preeminent research university. With that being said, we can only accomplish that with the facilities that will allow us to participate in the research. The introduction of a STEM research building will attract students from more academic fields, and student housing will keep them here. Not only will this attract students from our local metropolitan area, but from around the country and internationally. The recommendations that I provided from the student perspective are only but a few of many that will excel the success of the USF system and advance our contributions to the local community. I'm looking forward to the many opportunities that the consolidation will provide to the success of our faculty, staff, and most importantly, our students in their educational endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Paul Kirchman, followed by Michael Klein.
Hi, my name is Paul Kirchman. I'm the Dean of the College of Science and Math at this campus. I'm handing out a proposal that I have. I was seeing a request for this committee's input to a campus identity and what programs might be here, as well as what resources we might need. So I've drafted this proposal for currently the College of Science and Math, which we propose to potentially change to a College of Integrated Science. And this would fit into an identity of this campus that I think a few people have already alluded to, of integrated or interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary studies with degrees that also fit within that program. This kind of an identity has been supported by some previous speakers we had at an event here. One gentleman from Burning Glass Technology said specifically that businesses were looking for students who are cross-trained in different disciplines. And this would also provide an identity that complements the university system rather than duplicates exactly what is happening in other campuses. We are also small enough here to be agile and responsive enough to the changing needs of the community and the university. So some of the things that will be required by such a structure have just been mentioned a few times, so I'll be brief. Dorms or some kind of a private apartment complex that currently doesn't exist anywhere close enough to this campus. And then also an integrated science and technology building that will allow for teaching sites to be on this campus. Currently, our science labs are at Moat Marine, which is a great partnership, but it's also quite a distance from here to there for the students to go a couple days a week in some cases, as well as faculty. And so on this sheet I've handed out, I just have a few degrees. This plan to change degrees that we might offer here to what's called multidisciplinary science degrees doesn't mean that we would limit opportunities for students. In fact, we would continue to offer the same programs that we do now. As someone just mentioned, biology students often are going to med school, and they could continue to do that. So I've listed here the pre-professional programs that we currently offer access to, are mostly accessed through students in a biology major as well as psychology. Those programs would continue. Students could still do those majors. But I also am proposing another major called multidisciplinary biological sciences. And one example of that comes from a discussion I had with a business leader locally who said, why don't your biology students know any sales or marketing? They come to me to do sales and they don't know the first thing about that. There's no reason we can't do a biology degree that doesn't incorporate some sales and some marketing in it. But that would need to be in this different kind of a degree because the standard biology degree as it exists now is very credit heavy and can't be changed. So as you can look at have a look at this and see what I've proposed for existing and potentially new programs. And in addition, we will continue the 2+2 engineering that we have, continue with the nursing that we've started already and will continue with and has been called for in this area. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Michael Klein, followed by Marjorie Floyd.
Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak. My name is Michael Claney. I am a junior here at this university. I am the student body president for USF Sarasota-Manatee. I have three main points that I want to hit on. As one USF, we need equivalent services on this campus relative to the other campuses, especially if we are going to be paying for fees toward these services. Things like student government, health facilities and services, a student union, and student dormitories, and many others are vital to this process. We also need to have the ability to use a service on any campus if we're paying a fee for it. Next, Overall, students have much less space on this campus compared to the space that students have at Tampa and St. Pete. And moving forward as one USF, this needs to change. If this campus wants to grow, it needs the space to do so. USF Tampa has 230.66 square feet per student. USF St. Pete has 273.33 square feet per student. We have 78.91 square feet per student. That's a huge disparity. And I believe that with the STEM building, a student union, student dormitories, that can take us on the first step to gaining more square feet per student so that our students can be more successful. Finally, fees on this campus are important to us because of our campus culture. And many students choose this campus because of how cost-effective it is and what fees are, and when fees are decided, it's important to find a middle ground. We're currently working on the logistics of this in the internal consolidation committee work groups, but I believe that the population on this campus should be taken into account. Because if students pay the same to attend this campus as St. Pete and Tampa, there would be much less of a reason to come here based upon the services that we currently offer, which will severely limit the growth of this campus. For that reason, I believe that we should be offering a lot more to our students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Marjorie Floyd, followed by Evan Frohoff.
I'll wait my time. My comments have been made.
Okay, great. Thank you. Evan? Followed by Philip Wagner.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Evan Fruhoff. I'm the student body vice president here at Sarasota-Manatee. I just really want to briefly touch on communication within this whole process and the long-term communication with our students. Throughout this process, student government has been really pleased with how there's been consistent opportunities for us to voice our opinions to various town halls and task forces. As a whole, we feel like our voice has mattered within this process, and constant communication has been really plentiful. To that end, we hope that continues beyond just the reconsolidation process. That's something that we didn't really have before this. We've been very happy right now, but long term, if this is to keep up and to, not have a disconnect between our administration, our faculty, our staff, and our students, there has to be that constant communication in these open forums, these town halls and stuff. Even when we're a single USF, the years that will follow will bring their own unique challenges. More importantly, we hope that the communication goes both ways. Student government is always excited to provide answers to the system on behalf of students, but it is critical that our administration, faculty, and staff are also looking for our help, even when they're not required to do so. We hope that we can continue to have great opportunities like this one today, and we look forward to the future as one USF. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Philip Wagner, followed by Jane Rose.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Phil Wagner, and I'm really excited to be here. I had the opportunity to speak just a little bit ago on behalf of general education, but I also serve as an instructor on this campus. And if you don't understand how the faculty life works, there are two different streams of the faculty life. You're either in the tenure track, where you contribute to research primarily and also do teaching on the side, and then instructors, which carry a lot of the teaching load along with some of the service. At USF Tampa, instructors represent 31% of the faculty total. At USF St. Petersburg, they represent 28%. But here at USF Sarasota-Manatee, they represent 51% of the faculty. 51% of our faculty are on year-to-year contracts. This is important because those instructors primarily teach in the lower level general education curriculum. They facilitate student success. They help engage in high impact practices such as research and thesis advising. Yet last week at a conversation with our union, those who negotiate our contracts, instructors were told publicly that it may be time that we look for other jobs because the certainty of our careers is not guaranteed because we are on a year-to-year contract. I think that this is important, and as a member and an instructor on a campus that is primarily housed by those who teach, 51% of us, I think that it is important that when we think about resources, those resources are not just to build a research infrastructure, but they are to help ensure that 51% of our faculty who engage primarily in teaching have the resources they need to grow professionally in their teaching endeavors. USF Sarasota-Manatee has an e-learning center, which is marvelous and provides a lot of resources to us, but we have no teaching center. We need resources to better do that here. We also need to tend to the morale of our instructors. When 51% of our faculty is told that it may be time for us to look elsewhere, that has significant impact to our student success and to our economic development as a community. So I think that this committee should recommend that the needs of the faculty represent that not all faculty are doing the same thing, that instructors are tended to as well, perhaps through multi-year contracts, perhaps through opportunities to engage and serve one USF in unique service opportunities, but to make sure that students aren't disrupted and that all faculty feel safe and secure to continue building a one USF.
Thank you very much. Jane Rose, followed by, oh, another name I can't get. G. DeVries, I think I get there. But I don't know if I'm close.
Good afternoon. My name is Jane Rose, and I'm the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences here at USF Sarasota-Manatee. And the first thing that I want to say is, aren't our students something to be proud of? They've just done a great job. I'd like to share with you that we at USF Sarasota-Manatee really do embrace the one USF goal. We see the many advantages that it will provide. We also embrace in our hearts the importance of student success. And one of the things that I would like to share with you is a way that I believe our campus is uniquely positioned in its academic programs to contribute a dimension of student success that I don't believe the Tampa campus is as well positioned to advance. And that is what I describe as education for the 21st century, which lots of data shows, particularly when it is looking at education as career preparation for the 21st century, that the discipline training needs to be interdisciplinary, that is the reality of the world that our students are being prepared for. And so that really, in many ways, the traditional model of the university, which isn't going to change in a day, and we're going to be part of it too, and we're still going to have our disciplinary, education, we already have developed a number of really remarkable interdisciplinary degrees for the 21st century, blending the study of multiple perspectives with and also blending the pedagogical learning with internships that are highly focused on developing skill sets, that are internships that are a part of integrated into the curriculum. So what I really propose is that this campus could be the home of a college of integrative, or whatever the word you want to use to establish that, studies, and that this could be the location for a number of truly unique degrees for USF. And that we already, just to point of illustration, this isn't an idle pipe dream. Over the past 5 years, as we have been separately accredited, we have developed a number of degrees, and I'm just going to speak about my college, but we have developed, my college is programs in the liberal arts, programs in the social sciences, and all of the programs in the School of Education. We have developed, for instance, in the School of Education, all education training involves understanding the dimensions of the fine arts, because all of our teaching preparation is through arts integration. So that's an important, when you hear people talking about paint, that's a piece that they're talking about. We also developed a degree called Professional and Technical Communication that takes the importance of communication skills, but does them in career preparation for business and technology, and the students take courses in business and technology. We revamped a degree that we inherited from Tampa called Interdisciplinary Social Sciences, which really wasn't truly interdisciplinary, it was multidisciplinary, and we've made it truly interdisciplinary and required workplace internships. All of these programs require internships. We have developed an education degree that is called interdisciplinary education. Okay, and we've got more.
I know, but I want to hear from other people too, because I want to hear what they have to say too.
Excuse me, and please consider this as a way we can contribute to USF One University.
Thank you very much. DeVries, there we go, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
My name is Gert-Jan de Vrede.
Yeah. You guys are really testing me today, aren't you?
I like to submit my application for the most difficult name. I go by GJ, that makes it easier. I'm the interim dean of the USFSM College of Business, and I want to thank you also for the opportunity to listen to all of us. I am also amazed by the students. I think we're also amazed by our faculty and staff and the passion that we have here on campus for our university and for the consolidation process. As you probably know, USFSM was part of USF Tampa at one point in the past. And over the years of the separation, we have changed. We have changed into something that our students and community partners need us to be. I think we strengthened our role in the region. The words like we have become agile, we respond to community and student needs, we collaborate across disciplines, we propose new initiatives that meet the workforce demands, we perform research that matters. We know of research that matters, that predicts death in high consolidation stress situations. We're focused on student success, and we're focused on attracting and retaining high-quality scholars and educators, including our wonderful instructor body. Most of all, we are making a significant contribution to a preeminent university. And with that in mind, I want to offer you two simple considerations for your deliberations. The first one is a balance between rights and responsibilities, between authority and accountability. It's imperative for us to function well in each location that there is this balance, that you are assigned rights and responsibilities such that there is local decision-making on the issues that matter locally. The alternative, where one part of a system makes the decisions for everybody else, we've tried, it doesn't work very well. So we will be accountable for a number of programs, and I implore you to also give us the authority to make decisions on those programs. A critical reason for that is that to be successful as a preeminent institution, we need motivated staff and faculty. Motivation stems from a sense of ownership. And that ownership actually is my second consideration. So motivate faculty and staff through shared ownership. The consolidation process one may call a life-changing event in somebody's professional life. It's hard work. It requires energy on campus, patience, a lot of hard work. And in my comparatively brief time here on campus, I have seen that my colleagues are really very open-minded, very collaborative, and they care deeply about the institution. And I think we've seen that this afternoon as well. And this caring with this open mind gives me hope that the consolidation will go well. But we have to remember that to become preeminent and to remain preeminent, you need faculty that are motivated to be preeminent. And so motivate the faculty to own this process and to own a significant part. So paint with a big brush and let the faculty fill in the details, work together. On a small side note, and then I conclude, we have excellent management faculty that teach courses on organizational change. And that is where you see these type of things worked out in detail. It worries me a little bit that in the proposal that is on the table, the management degrees have disappeared across the system. So I think we have to pay attention to that and get those management degrees back and find out what we can learn from there to manage this process. Thank you very much.
Elizabeth Cordes, followed by Donald O'Shea. All right. Donald O'Shea. Is that Elizabeth? I am. Okay, Elizabeth. Hustle up.
Excuse me, forgive the delay. My name is Elizabeth Cords, and I am the Established Business Program Manager at the Bradenton Area EDC. At the EDC, we work to diversify our local economy here in Manatee County by attracting and retaining high-wage jobs for area residents and connecting established businesses to resources they need to succeed. I am the Established Business Program Manager. We've heard today multiple times about the need for workforce and the diversification of our workforce in our county for our county to succeed and our region. We are just at the EDC. We work with USF Sarasota-Manatee on a weekly basis to provide these resources to the community, and without the resources of a continuous growth in the USF Sarasota-Manatee campus, we won't be able to continue to help our local businesses grow and thrive within our region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Donald O'Shea, followed by C.J. Fishman.
Hi, I'm Don O'Shea. I'm the president of New College of Florida, which is your neighbor, and it's the smallest member of the state university system. When I first heard about the One USF proposal, I thought, what's not to like? It will take away the SACs and things like that and put it centrally. But when I saw the proposal, that's the reason I'm here. I'm deeply worried. If you look at a map of Florida and you color in the counties with the largest density, Sarasota County, which is more dense than Manatee, is one of the few with over 750 people per square mile after you take out the 0 census blocks. And Manatee is close, but not quite there. If you then put institutions in that have, if you look at those counties, it's the only county that's not covered by a Research One or a full-scale, comprehensive university. Our local economy needs that. We really need USF Sarasota-Manatee because of its responsiveness to the local community. New College or Ringling, I'm not going to repeat the members of the Cross College Alliance. We're not going to start master's programs that are responsive, and either can State College of Florida. We need USF Sarasota-Manatee, and so the two pleas I would have, one is you heard the one for more resources, but local autonomy is really important, the ability to serve the community. And the proposal on the table, which removes colleges, and that means there's no dean of a college that's talking to the provost there. That's really bad. It's bad for this area. And I don't care what the colleges are, but we need them, and they've got good ones. We need those master's programs. That kind of notion that something is a feeder school for something else doesn't serve our region well. And I know that may be at cross purposes with USF Tampa's desire. Sometimes efficiency doesn't best serve a region. We really need strong faculty that are here, master's programs that are taught here, and that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Very much. C.J. Fishman, followed by Lisa Kraus.
Oh, good. I didn't know Lisa was here. Terrific.
Good afternoon. I'm C.J. Fishman. I'm a 32-year-old businessman. I'm not 32 years, but I'm a 32-year-old businessman in the community. I love this community. My company's based in Venice, Florida, and I look at the Sarasota-Manatee community as one community, as I look at USF, Sarasota-Manatee, as one college in the whole USF system. I'm also one of the founding board members of the advisory board of the College of Hospitality, Tourism, and Leadership that was started 17 years ago. I have one hope in my life is to see this to be before I die, is to see this be the best college of hospitality in the entire world. I'm not going to take much time. I just want to summarize what some of the other speakers had said about the benefits. You already know that this is a major college here. I strongly recommend that you keep this as a college here on this campus. I'm asking you to keep it as a college here on this campus, based here, to serve here, and also serve all of USF. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lisa Kraus, followed by Lori, Straker.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I represent a large employer. FCCI is a property and casualty insurance company. We have 840 teammates or employees, and we operate in 19 states. Our headquarters are located right here, Lakewood Ranch on University Parkway. USF SM has contributed tremendously to our success. We've enjoyed a long-standing partnership for nearly 2 decades, and as a former chair of Brunch on the Bay, a member of the advisory committee, I'm pleased to provide you with some information. According to the Florida Chamber of Commerce, shifts in our talent economy are well underway. By 2030, disruptive technologies will lead to the development of new jobs and a shift in the skills and competencies required for existing jobs within the state's economy. Florida has a strategic opportunity to prepare for these shifts by leveraging its many assets and changing demographics to make decisions that will have generational benefits and create economic opportunity for our students and young professionals. At FCCI, we believe that USF-SM is playing a key role in ensuring that business is prepared for that future. FCCI's Board of Directors, of which I am a proud member, just completed FCCI's 2025 strategic plan. As we look at our strategic planning efforts, as well as other talent management initiatives, our objective is clear: to ensure that our company has a strong talent strategy that positions us well to be highly competitive for sustained growth and success. Insurance sector executives consistently rate leadership and the availability of talent as their top capital concern. Deliberate action must be taken to identify, retain, and develop employees and future leaders who can successfully execute against vision and strategy. In looking at FCCI's current teammate population, by 2025, 70% of our teammates will be over the age of 50. The numbers are staggering for teammates projected to be over the age of 60 in the coming years, and we have a call to action. We will be facing a huge talent donut hole, and we need to find exceptional high-potential employees. And when you look at FCCI as compared against others in the insurance industry, our stories are all similar. That's just the fact. FCCI has hired 94 teammates since January 1 of this year, and roughly 200 in the last 2 years. We have hired 50 interns and have come to appreciate and expect the high-caliber students from USF-SM. Many USF-SM interns turn into our future teammates. When we hire our interns for the summer or during a class semester, we're hiring for teammates of the future. The significant challenge for FCCI and the insurance industry will be winning the war on talent, and USF-SM's commitment to risk management and the risk management program cannot be understated. Taking a leadership role in collaborating with businesses and creating programs that support the availability of talent right here at home has been a hallmark of this institution. They dramatically have affected and will continue to affect our economic engine. We could not be more proud of Dr. Holbrook and the leadership of this university that's on the cutting edge and has been on the cutting edge of finding solutions to fill the talent needs of our community right here at home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lori Stryker, followed by Destin Wells.
I'm Lori Stryker, and I came here 18 years ago to take over this campus, and Judy Gensheff's request, and to grow the campus for the benefit of our region and our students. It was a daunting task with only 12 full-time faculty, no academic program autonomy, inadequate facilities, and students really burning up the I-75 corridor to go to classes and to try to get their degree by going to the Tampa campus and what we could offer here. I think it speaks for itself from what you've heard today, the faculty, the deans, the leadership, and the talent that this campus have, and these students are really outstanding. So I don't have to say what all that has wrought, all that growth, all that support for our growth. I always think the most important question is why. Why are we doing this? Who is going to benefit? Why consolidation? And I think today we are seeing what consolidation of accreditation means. Unfortunately, we didn't get this forum when this came up in the last hours of the legislative session, or month maybe, when it appeared in an omnibus bill. I wish we had, and our legislators had the opportunity to listen and to see what the impacts might be, pro and con, but that why. So I do think today we're hearing some clear reasons of why the campus, with the full support of the USF system and our region, works so hard for separate accreditation, spending hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars to achieve, and hundreds of hours of staff time. I think you've heard the why, the whys on autonomy and what it meant, to building programs, to building relationships, to attracting students, all very important. And I think taking away these features with a few paragraphs in an omnibus higher education bill that was in some ways explained as this is part of the USF preeminence package. And I've been in that legislative crucible when you want something and you've got to give something. It's a really bad place. And there was a lot on the line. But the idea that that promise would be that as a part of this preeminence system, that the regional campuses would get more resources. And I think we've heard a lot of things about resources today, but here's how you get resources. Your community supports you, your legislative delegation supports you, your donors support you, your students support you. And I think we should really look at asking the legislature to reconsider this move to do away with accreditation without a lot more input on the pros and cons. My biggest fear right now is that our talented faculty, our leadership is thinking about with their families, is this the time we look for another job? Because uncertainty is very negative in any employment situation. And I think it's time to say why. We have elections coming, a lot of our delegation is up, and I think our community should ask our delegation, what do you want to do about this very important educational decision in our community? Thank you.
Justin Wells, followed by Tom Becker. We have 12 more minutes, and I want to get everyone in, so
I'll be quite
really
quick,
quick,
thank you.
please.
My name is Destin Wells. I'm the Vice President of Economic Development with the Economic Development Corporation of Sarasota County. Change is uncomfortable. It also represents tremendous opportunity. And here today, I appreciate your willingness to hear these inputs and take them into consideration. I'm a nerd. I like numbers. I like data. I think you make the best decisions with the best information. And so what I've given you today is a bit of information about some of the needs we see. Economic development, our job is to respond to the needs of industry and attract new industry. We talk about consolidation, what that means, and we say that it's for the student, and that it must work for the student. Where I've heard that many times, it's difficult to understand what exactly that definition, what is good for the student? I think if you asked everybody here, you might hear quite a few different answers. I would guess that it means graduate with as little to no debt as possible and come out with a great job opportunity. So let's reverse engineer that. Let's look at where these job opportunities lie today. Let's see what they're paying, and let's program for those future economies. Some information about our community, Sarasota-Manatee, U.S. Census, 10th fastest growing metro area in the country. Milken Institute, think tank out of California, 6th highest performing metro in the United States, primarily driven by job creation, particularly as it correlates to the tech sector. Before you, you have some data about some of the sectors that were mentioned in the Huron report. Healthcare, tech, cybersecurity, insurance, business, and finance. And you see that over the 5-year forecast, healthcare, 30,000 new jobs, paying an average of $49,000. Technology, 2,700 new jobs in 5 years, paying an average of $70,000. In the Huron report, you might notice I slipped in a line on the job overview, aerospace engineering. This was mentioned in the report as an area of opportunity for the Sarasota-Manatee campus. And I would like to point out that currently there are 63 people in our metro area working in aerospace engineering. Over the next 5 years, that forecast is 23 new jobs. So we need to make sure that we're taking a look at the data. We need to make sure that we are making our plans in relation to where these opportunities are and ensure that student success. The chart on the bottom is the award gaps. So again, please, for your information, feel free to take this. Management occupations, education, healthcare, business and financial operations. These are the areas that we have current needs that are going unmet. Sarasota-Manatee is a tremendously dynamic community. It is growing at a rapid pace. It deserves investment, and I appreciate your consideration in helping this community grow with this wonderful economic development and workforce asset. Thank you
very much. Tom Becker, followed by Denise Davis-Cotton.
Thank you. You are world-class listeners, guys. Thank you so much. So I'm Tom Becker. I'm a professor of management here, and I teach a graduate course in organizational change and development. GJ mentioned me, I think. And it's not uncommon for change such as we're experiencing to be accompanied by a fair amount of confusion. For example, throughout the consolidation process, much emphasis has been placed on preeminence and how regional campuses will or will not contribute to preeminence. But what exactly is preeminence? For me, this confusion was reduced when I came to understand that the term preeminence really means money. And this is because the classification of preeminence is based on a university's score on what I consider to be an unwise set of metrics created by political appointees, such that scoring beyond an arbitrary point on the metrics nets a university millions of dollars, and scoring below that point costs the university millions of dollars. So my confusion all but disappeared when I realized that ugly truth is consistent with kind of the business model of higher education, whereby student success is more about how quickly a student graduates in preferred fields of study than it is about genuine student learning and development as an informed citizen. So I asked the committee, as it moves forward, to consider this question. When did higher education in general, and USF in particular, lose its soul? And more importantly, what can we do as we move towards consolidation to get it back? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Denise Davis-Cotton, followed by Ernie Withers.
Good evening, and thank you for your time here today. In 2016, Florida's governor awarded PAINT as the state center here at USF-SM to engage statewide arts-integrated partnerships. PAINT provides supportive infrastructures for teaching and learning across all disciplines. We know that 72% of business leaders say that creativity is the #1 skill they are seeking when hiring. So PAINT enables us to provide a well-rounded education through creative and critical thinking processes. PAINT is more than arts. In a society struggling to find equity and social justice, PAINT promotes personal well-being and helps students understand others' cultures. By instilling cultural competencies, learners respond effectively and appropriately to different cultures in and through the arts. Paint also provides opportunities to prepare students as users, consumers, participants, and producers, ultimately contributing to a multi-billion-dollar arts and cultural industry. In Florida, arts and cultural production contribution to the national gross domestic product was $840 billion. In Sarasota County, nonprofit arts and cultural organizations spend over $201 million, and in Manatee County, it was over $14 million. Arts integration is a diversity of knowledge, programs, experiences, and aspirations that bring meaning and ideas through content, through arts, and human interactions. High schools cannot have graduation as a finish line, and universities cannot have acceptances as anything other than a start. Paint is needed because a student involved in the arts is 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic achievement. Low-income students highly engaged in the arts are 2 times more likely to graduate college. Students with 4 years of arts score 100 points higher on an average SAT score. Paint provides a menu of services across 4 major themes: literacy, STEAM, creativity, and arts and health, which includes aging. Because paint is more than arts, it instills a harmonious engagement among our communities through commitment, vision, and mission. Paint provides the tools and resources for us to teach students to learn from the past, fulfill the present, preserve the future, embrace diversity, master arts and sciences, respect the dignity of self and others, and affirm hope. But more important, obtain the knowledge to change the world. I bear witness to the positive impact of paint in Florida, and I anticipate the sustainability of paint with hope, expectancy, and unity. Look into the lens of paint as validation, look through the lens of paint as opportunity, look through the lens of paint as engagement, and understand that paint is more than arts. It is a vital part of Florida's economic prosperity. Paint provides learners with access to a thriving industry. I'm Denise Davis Cotton. I am the chair of the Staff Advisory Council, and I lead the Florida Center for Partnerships for Arts Integrated Teaching, PAINT, here at USF-SM. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ernie Withers, followed by Coy Carter.
So I'm Ernie Withers. I'm the general manager of Mercedes-Benz of Sarasota. I'm a 1976 graduate of USF along with my wife, Cindy. We met on campus in orientation, so I have an affinity for the college and very happy with that. I'm the chair-elect for the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. I'm a trustee of Sarasota Chamber. I serve on the advisory board at the Salvation Army, and I'm a former chair of the Community Leadership Council here at University of South Florida, Sarasota-Manatee. So I've heard a lot about supporting our community, that, you know, the USF supports our community and we need to support the campus. We want to build campus housing. That's a big thing for us. We want to develop science and technology departments here on campus. And so when you consolidate, when a business consolidate, they do so to save money. So preeminence, it is about money. It's about consolidating so we can save money here and we can reduce costs, eliminate duplicate services, and increase the buying power of the things that we do for the campuses for here, St. Pete, Sarasota, and Tampa. So our ask of you as in the community, to the committee here, is that who's going to represent this campus to make sure that when they consolidate, that they're not cutting faculty, they're not cutting staff, the duplicate services that are going to be consolidated, that we get our unfair share of our services. Because what I'm hearing here from the faculty is you've got a staff right now that for the next couple years, there's a lot of uncertainty in who's representing the faculty, the students, the community, and the staff when it comes time to make these cuts.
And so my ask of you is that we make sure that you are representing us, and whoever's on that committee, when it comes time to make those cuts, that you're thinking of the faculty, staff, students, and the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coy Carter, please. We have 5 minutes, so. All right. So I'm going to get some time back. Lauren Henney.
Thank you for the opportunity to share with you today. My name is Lauren Henry, and I was a member of the first freshman class here at USF Sarasota-Manatee, as well as a member of the Strategic Planning Committee and the outstanding graduate for the class of 2016. And now, after graduation, after serving for 2 years on the committee, I am now co-chairing USF Sarasota-Manatee's Brunch on the Bay. I have been closely involved with the university for the last 5 years, and I can confidently say that one of the things that makes this campus so unique is that it truly is a regional campus, meaning that it is built on tailoring its program offerings to the needs of both the students and the community and the local businesses. This campus also provides students with a very personalized learning experience. It feels like you're going to a private college, but at the same time, you get all of the resources of a major university, and that's one of the biggest selling points that kept me studying here, and all the community interaction also enabled me to stay here because of the connections I built. I believe that this campus is poised for greatness. It's just starting to hit its stride, and I think in order to continue to grow and move in that positive direction, USF Sarasota-Manatee needs continued support and resources. In particular, that means we need housing. We also need the academic buildings, and we need the faculty that are required in order to deliver the programs that both our students and our community are asking for. This campus has made a tremendous impact on the community, and in order to do that continually through the years ahead, we need the support to be able to keep our local students here. With the trends of more students wanting to stay here, the growth that's happening, and the way that we've been able to increase our programs over the past 5 years, we need to be able to do that by also having the resources to recruit the kind of talent in this area that we're capable of attracting. So I ask that you would very closely consider keeping the community involved and giving autonomy to this campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Charles Bauman. You have the honor of being the last speaker. You can put a punctuation point on the.
Well, I'll try not to hold you here. I'm Charles Bauman. I was on the original board for the campus. I was also part before that when the campus was actually part and New College was part of USF. Also been on the USF Foundation for probably 17 years. I was on the USF Research Foundation for 8 years. I come to you, I am not a great proponent for the consolidation, I have to tell you. I'm very concerned about the community, where the community is going to come out on this. I remember the continual concerns we had about having this campus represented and also getting the resources we needed to get new programs without having them held up by various things in Tampa. That being said, I want to say that we have a wonderful community academic partnerships that are going on this campus, and they need to be sustained and they need to be encouraged. This is particularly with the hospitality, which you've all heard about. I won't go over that again. We have a risk management, degrees now for insurance. Lisa Krause mentioned how much we are employing people within the community, and the needs were they're interns and they're getting hired. We need that to be sustained. And further, I support a nursing project, which the campus is now, Karen Holbrook has been a leader in supporting this. In this community, we need 3,000 new BSN trained nurses for our 4-county area, not including Tampa. And we need this to be sustained. So I appreciate your efforts, and I hope that you don't forget what we need here. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out today. I think we've heard a lot of really good information. Do you want to say anything?
Only thank you so profoundly to every one of you who spoke and all of you who were here listening to the people who spoke. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.